Hi guys, Darth Deuces here with my first episode of Toy Talk. I'm basically going to brand all of my toy related videos that aren't reviews under the banner of Toy Talk. Just something I decided to do. I'm hoping no one already does something called Toy Talk. I didn't do research ahead of time. So I'll stop calling that if that's already a thing. But I'm going to do Toy Talk, and my first episode of Toy Talk is going to be my top 10 Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch Imperial Troopers. There's been a lot of Imperial Troopers released in the Black Series 6-inch line. I have a good chunk of them, and they're really popular for collectors. People like army building, people just like them in general because they're generally good action figures, and they're really popular with the toy photography community as well, to do all sorts of different photos and all that. So at number 10, I have the standard Imperial Stormtrooper. It's the classic Stormtrooper. You might be surprised he's at number 10. And he's a fun figure. You've got a lot of great articulation. He comes with two blasters, the small one and the longer one. You have the holster for the E11. My biggest thing with this figure is the helmet sculpt, which isn't bad by any means. But it isn't the greatest either. It's easily like the worst Stormtrooper helmet sculpt out of all the other troopers they've released in the Black Series line. It baffles me why they don't just reuse the Sand Trooper helmet for this figure, because that one's really good, but it is what it is. I'm hoping they redo this figure at some point. But he's still pretty cool, so he's at number 10. And at number 9, I have the AT-AT driver or pilot, depending on which packaging you got this figure in. And I really like this figure, surprisingly more than I would have expected when I first got it, I don't know, a year or two ago. I can't remember. Mainly because of how it looks. Articulation is not bad. He's got the standard articulation. It's a bit hindered because of the single hinges, the costume, and the large life support pack on his chest. But he looks fantastic. The helmet sculpt and paint on it, it looks really, really good. In some ways, it looks kind of like a small, scaled-down sideshow that doesn't use soft goods. I might be over-exaggerating a little bit, but it's a really good-looking figure. That's the point I'm trying to make, and that's why he's number 9 on my list. Number 8 is the recent Solo, A Star Wars Story Range Trooper. I like the design of these guys. I don't see the overall point because they seem like just different versions of snowtroopers, but they're still really cool. I like the gold visor, the helmet design's cool. I like how they're big and bulky, almost like walking tanks in a way. I love the soft goods fur on the shoulders there. It looks really cool. Articulation not bad considering how bulky he is, but he is a bit limited. But it's just a cool trooper design. Nothing too crazy. I actually like the Vintage Collection one better, but still a really cool figure. Number 7 is the Rogue One tank driver that was a Toys R Us exclusive. This figure is really cool. He doesn't do a whole lot in the movie or anything like that, and he's supposed to be in a tank. I just like the design. The design of the helmet's really cool. He's weathered up a bit, which is nice. The articulation's really good. You can get pretty much full aiming poses, because this is kind of like when they started doing actually decent arm articulation. They're troopers again. So you get full aiming poses, which is awesome. It looks really cool. I don't know, I just really like this one. It's just a lot of fun to pose around and play around with, honestly. At number 6, we have the recent Imperial Jump Trooper or Rocket Trooper, whatever they call these things. I believe they first appeared in Star Wars Rebels, and then they've also been a playable unit in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And this figure is pretty cool. It uses the base Stormtrooper mold, which is good because it's well articulated. He's got a nicely weathered blaster, which can be holstered into the holster there. Has different shoulder pads, look really good. The orange flash on the shoulder is really cool. He's got his jetpack, which looks nice. And the thing that makes the figure the most is the helmet sculpt. The helmet sculpt looks fantastic on this figure. It really makes it. The paint apps are nicely applied for the most part, and that's the mold. The sculpt looks fantastic. I really like how this one looks. We're getting down to the top 5 now, and this not number 5 is the Scarif Stormtrooper Squad Leader, or the Shore Trooper Squad Leader. Really nice figure. I did a bit of extra weathering on mine, but still, he has decent weathering. I love the armor design. The helmet looks cool. I love the tan armor look. It looks really nice. The blue and red flashes look really good. I like the little camo he has going on there. The little skirt looks really nice. Good articulation again. The Rogue One Stormtroopers had great articulation. His arms could actually move in a bit, which is really, really cool. Just another really fantastic looking trooper. That was a lot of fun to pose and play around with. And number 4 is the Rogue One Imperial Death Trooper. a while ago, and when I say a while ago, a couple of years ago, this was like my number one favorite Black Series figure. I've gotten a lot more Black Series figures now, so it's not even on the list now, I don't think, but I really like these troopers. It's my favorite Imperial Stormtrooper variant. I love the whole idea of elite troopers that work under the Intelligence Security Bureau, which is really cool. Comes with the two blasters, the rifle, and the pistol that can be holstered in this little loop there, which is really cool. Articulation is really nice. The armor is nice and glossy and looks great. I don't really like how slim it is. It's not too bad, but he's still a little slim. I also wish this figure came with the pauldron and extra gear you can put on the chest to make it the specialist instead of that being just a separate exclusive figure with two other figures I'm not really keen on. But still a really fantastic figure. One of the few Stormtroopers that I got multiples of. At number 3 is another relatively recent figure. It is the Membe Stormtrooper. I like these guys in the movie, although they don't do much. I just love this Stormtrooper figure, though. It is a very gritty-looking, actual soldier-looking Stormtrooper. He's all muddy and battle-worn with all the mud and dust and dirt on the armor, which looks really cool. The helmet sculpt is fantastic. It looks really, really good. Like Sand Trooper level quality of good. It looks really nice. I like the dark green lenses. Articulation's, again, really good. I love the soft goods cape. It looks really nice, and they even put some sort of like mud stains on it, which looks really cool. Just a really nice gritty Stormtrooper that I love the look of. It looks so cool. Again, another one that's really fun to pose and play around with. And at number 2 is the Wave 1 Sand Trooper. It really is quite a testament to the figure, that a figure from the first wave of Black Series from 2013, now in 2019, is still like one of the best Black Series figures out there. They don't get much better than this. Fantastic articulation, great paint apps with the sand and weathering all throughout the armor. The helmet sculpt is fantastic, much better than the later on standard Stormtrooper. Comes with a bunch of accessories, 3 blasters, a removable backpack, and a removable pauldron. Gives you a lot of options for display and customization and army building. It's just an absolutely phenomenal figure. This would have been my top 10 if one other figure didn't recently come out. And my number 1 Stormtrooper figure is technically not a Stormtrooper, it's technically Han Solo, but he's a Stormtrooper at the time, and if you have all the gear on, it's basically just a Membe Mud Trooper. And yeah, it's the Membe Mud Trooper. I love the design because it gives a more rugged soldier look, and the figure was done insanely well. The articulation's good, the sculpt and paint apps are fantastic, all the mud and different scuffing and damage to the armor looks great. This cape, sort of waterproof tarp cape, looks fantastic on it. The blaster looks a bit more rugged and heavy duty, which is really cool. And I love how you can take all the gear off the helmet, like you can remove the goggles or have them up so you can see the eyes, you can remove the mask, you can take all of it off to reveal the whole Han Solo head. But if you keep it on, you just got your normal Membe Mud Trooper, which I just love the look of. I don't really know, it's hard to explain, I just really love the look of this one. It's an absolutely fantastic looking trooper, and it is my number 1 Imperial Stormtrooper figure from the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch line. So overall, Hasbro has produced quite a few Stormtrooper variants in their time, and a lot of them are really, really good, and I would say is definitely one of their strongest points of figures when it comes to the Black Series 6-inch line. There is rarely a Imperial Stormtrooper figure that isn't good, which is awesome. They're very popular. They're all really good, and I would like to know your guys' favorite Star Wars: The Black Series 6-inch Stormtrooper figures. Always interested to see what your guys' opinions are. So leave a comment down below, let me know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Hopefully I'll have more Toy Talk videos coming out soon. Hopefully I can figure out some cool topics to talk about. So stay tuned, and may the Force be with you.